Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back for another Fear the Walking Dead video. This video is going to be over the review for episode 10, Keeping Her Alive, which obviously is a reference to Alicia because this whole episode was about Madison going out on the hunt, looking for Alicia, thinking she's in this herd with this information that she's getting from Troy's daughter, Tracy, who actually turns out to be rather annoying and just taking everything that her father says and just deciding it's absolute truth and just kind of rubbing it in everybody else's face. And yes, I understand she is a small child. She's going to believe anything her father says. So it's just it was kind of a tough episode to swallow. It was definitely a filler episode, and we're just getting contradicting information back and forth. We're getting misled. We're getting our emotions toyed with, and just it's becoming kind of ridiculous. They keep kind of inching towards, oh, maybe she's dead, maybe she's alive. And now we're back at the point we are kind of 50-50. She could be dead and in the new location that Tracy gave to Madison, or she could be alive, very healthy, or being held prisoner. We don't know. It's just becoming this back and forth thing that's getting really fucking annoying, and I really wish they would just give us some resolution. But of course, I'm sure they're going to wait until next weekend because it is going to be a two-part finale, back to back, and we're going to probably finally get that again, probably in the last few seconds of it. But episode 10, it's all about Madison trying to find Alicia, but then we also have Troy looking for his daughter, and then we have our minor little battle scenes that we don't even see. One in particular, Troy comes upon the refining operation that Luciana has with Daniel and her whole little group. She's kind of tracked down there because at one point Victor, Madison, and Tracy all go there to steal a car. And so Tracy gets hold of a radio and broadcasts out to her dad where she's at. Later in the episode, they show up. Luciana's there with her little group, and they kind of set up this little battle, but it takes place off screen, so we don't see it. We just see the aftermath of them taking out people that were killed, putting them down so they don't resurrect, and it's just a very kind of silly episode that offers no information to the question at hand, that is Alicia alive or is she dead, because Tracy leads Madison to that horde that's kind of frozen in place. She says this is something her father put there. It's exactly how Troy operates. He's going to use these walkers as his little army, as we're going to see in future episodes. But just the things they're willing to do with these being the last few episodes, it's very lackluster to wrap up this series, and just the lengths that Tracy is willing to go, because the whole thing turns out to be a ruse. She leads Madison and Daniel here, and the walker that we get, of course, is not Alicia. It is in fact this girl's mother, who we never got any real information about other than Madison killed her. But this whole thing was to get Madison here so this walker could kill Madison and somehow get retribution for getting this woman killed at some point and giving Tracy some kind of closure, because she's kind of manipulative just like her father, so she's learning from the best, and just she tries to get away but she doesn't make it. And this whole time too, Victor is off trying to still make amends, and he's still trying to protect this girl, and just being completely 180 from who he was last season, trying to make up for who he was. And it's just all kind of very silly, because while he's kicked out of the car with Madison and Daniel, and then he's left out there and he's dealing with walkers, and he actually goes down for a second, we think he's going to die, these random women show up in the armored car that's apparently Alicia had at one point. I don't remember her getting that car, but I guess she could have. And they show up, and it turns out that these women are all part of some group that used to have more, but it was a group that Alicia had come in contact with and showed them how to survive or just help them when they needed it, because one of the women that actually rescues Strand goes on to reveal that she actually knew him from before, because she and her father, when she was a child, because keep in mind this is 7 years later, that they came to the tower to try to gain interest and they were denied, and her father ended up, of course, dying shortly after that, and Alicia had taken her in and helped her after the tower burnt down. You got these women very, in tone with the episode, like they like to mention sometimes. The title of the episode, they're keeping her alive, they're keeping her memory alive, because they all believe that she's dead too. So we got still the misdirection coming from everywhere that she's possibly dead. Maybe she's not. It's just a big question that they're going to keep hanging over our heads until the very last second that we get to that reveal of what has actually happened to Alicia. So it was a whole episode that was all about throwing us in different directions, because now the newest clue is that Alicia is either dead or she was just kept in this mansion that's off in Fort Worth, Texas, or somewhere close to where they're at. And so we have the whole next episode probably, because at the end of this one, they say, oh, we'll help you find Alicia after we deal with Troy. And just Madison's all, fuck that, we're not doing that. I'm going to look for Alicia right now. Steals that armored truck, but we see them again in the next episode teaser where they catch up with her and they probably capture Madison. But Madison is very much on a mission to find her daughter and put her to rest, because she's still not really questioning whether or not she's alive. And it's kind of annoying that she's just flat out accepting that she's dead. She's not taking into consideration by any means that maybe she's being held hostage by Troy. Maybe he was lying out of his ass. It's just very dumb and getting very annoying, and they're just really kind of giving up these last few episodes, or this last couple seasons, I guess, with the writing. And it's just been a lot to deal with. At this point, I think I'm just watching it to get that question answered on whether or not Alicia's actually alive or not. And just to say, well, I've been watching it from the beginning, why not watch it to the very end, regardless of how some episodes can just be downright difficult to digest. So it's certainly all over the place right now, and we got these episodes that are filler episodes. And it's hard to tell what will happen, but we could very well see some major characters die within the last couple of episodes, and how they'll try to feed us that, who knows, but it's all wait and see at this point. But if you guys enjoyed that, if you enjoyed my thoughts about it, please leave your likes down below, leave your comments, and as always, subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. So until next time, guys, I will see you later. Bye.